Let me tell you, you see your children, indoctrinate them. That was what I heard, and it scared me. I didn't know how to feel. Do you know the meaning of indoctrination? Please, be careful of the kind of people you're listening to. Know what they stand for. Know who they are. Do they even have kids? Do they have training? Are they trained? What kind of training do they have? What do they stand for? It's not everything you hear on social media that you digest. If you have not read Good Kids, Bad Kids, please go and read this book. If you have bought it and you're yet to read it, please go and read it. Now, I'm going to read this part to you. It's not everything that you have been taught that is right. And we must start to admit that. I'm talking about your beliefs, your beliefs, your values, and all of that. Whether you're a Christian or a Muslim. It is not everything that you have been taught that you know that is right. Know how to separate these things. If some of your values are wrong, you must know that, okay, I'm teaching this to my kids and I'm not teaching this to my kids. See, some of these kids that they grow up and they turn into something else that we don't even understand. Some of them are pastors' kids. What happens to these kids? They were indoctrinated as kids, and when they grew up, they start to understand that some of the things that they were taught are not actually right. You know what they do? They just delete. They just press delete and delete everything that they have learned. But the fact that there is God, but the fact they delete everything and turn into pagans. That is why you should not indoctrinate a child. Now listen to this part I want to read to you. I was talking about religious indoctrination. I said, one day, my neighbor who attended the same church as me and had been observing asked why I preferred the kids to be in a Sunday school class with a female teacher. I smiled and explained why. The kids were in a Sunday school class with an amazing young adult teacher a few weeks earlier. I overheard him say, if your classmate says hurtful words or is being mean to you, show them kindness. Tell them God bless you. Although it meant well, it just didn't sit well with me. After the class, I asked the kids what they would do if someone were mean to them. Some two quickly said, I'll say God bless you, while someone just looked at me and said nothing. I could tell he was confused. He had been taught to walk straight to the teacher and report such an incident, but he had just learned something else from the church. I thought no matter how good humans are at what they teach, they can only teach exceptionally when it comes from a place of pain and experience. Someone who has been a parent will want to protect the child. Even though they know that God wants you to be kind to others and all of that, they know that your child should also not be bullied in the school, right? Now, that led me to believe that a Sunday school teacher who is also a parent will teach bullying differently. The Bible might have asked believers to pray for those who persecute them, but as adults living in today's world, we understand that if they constantly hurt us, we can pray for them from a distance for our sanity. We shouldn't deprive our kids of such understanding. Kids hurt as much as adults do. Some teachings make kids ignorant and set them up for bullying. Topper's parents taught her to pray to God for money. She wants her parents to be able to afford everything she needs, so she sincerely prays to God every day for money. On the other hand, Tolu is being taught about needs and wants. She's made to practice savings and investing in her home. Different orientations will lead to different mindsets and outcomes. When you teach religion to kids, ensure that you're not making them more ignorant. As a Christian, I want my kids to know they can talk to God when they're troubled and it feels like there's no one around. I'm also mindful that kids need first to understand the natural world if we do not want to limit the range of their understanding. There is more, but I'll leave it here. I further said, I believe that the way we approach religious teachings and sex education should be similar. You can only give age-appropriate lessons to kids and intensify these teachings as they grow older. There is more, but let me stop here. If you have not read this book, go and read it. I touched a lot of topics. I didn't just stay on one topic. I touched numerous topics. And that's why you need good kids, bad kids. I'll stop there. Go and get the book. Please, indoctrination is wrong. Go and read the meaning of indoctrination. When people go to church, they remove their brain, they drop it outside the church and go in without their brain. And then they just suck everything they're taught. They just suck it up. and is affecting us, is affecting our country, it is affecting Africans. While your values, your beliefs might be good, there are also some of these things that are toxic, and you must remove that. You must be able to use your brain. Why did God give you that brain? It's for you to use it. Don't tell your child to put your brain aside, because the day they discover that some of the things that they've been taught as kids were actually not right, they will delete everything. And that will make them unbelievers, complete unbelievers, pagans.